So we have, some continuity plans, for our different sites. But the major, potential risk, obviously, that we have with more on the supplier side, suppliers in Germany, in Europe, and so on. So we have backups. We have other ways, to sort those raw materials. But this is certainly, something that is risky for the months to come.
I'm sorry to pursue it. Give me a bit more detail. Do you think Europe, the economic predictions, which are pretty dire, if indeed the Russian taps continue to be at very low levels or indeed are turned back off again as well, how can your company, your industry and European corporates more generally cope?
Well, that would certainly not be an easy situation, but at the same time, we are very low energy consumption. So if ever the tap would be closed, going into certain countries such as Germany in Europe, there would be, much bigger problems to deal with. So we are, again, we are developing alternative sources and so forth. We have ways to substitute some of those ingredients, that are very energy dependent. But certainly a topic for the next months to come.
Gilles, it's been a long time since we've had a chance to ask European CEOs about a rate hike in Europe, but it is ECB day today. We're expecting 25 basis points, potentially even 50. Do you think there are ramifications for companies in Europe like yours if we do see a much larger rate increase and follow-up increases to this today?
Yeah, I mean, certainly the rates of interest has a direct implication. First, if we look at our share price, obviously this is a direct translating into a decrease of the share price, driven by interest rates. So that's the first one. But I would say the main driver which has an impact on our business is really inflation. So if inflation, can be contained and so forth, this is still the most positive thing to look at. And if, raising interest is the only way to contain inflation, maybe that's the right thing to do. So that's basically what we can say from a financial standpoint on our side. The raise of interest, has very little impact on the financial results in terms of loans and so forth.
What about when it comes to credit for deals and I guess appetite for deal making also comes into the mix? I can see you've done a number of acquisitions over the last number of years. How are you feeling about whether the backdrop is right for you, given credit conditions, the uncertainty around the economy and the geopolitics? Do you think this is an environment to be conducting M&A?